Bowling Green Landscape Division and Arboriculture team work to keep Bowling Green's plants and landscapes healthy and functioning. The teams do everything from planting, pruning, and even special projects throughout the year. In this Spotlight on Bowling Green, we'll take a look at the Landscape Division and Arboriculture team and learn about the services they provide.
Pretty much everything you see growing on city-owned property, from the trees on down, we take care of the city's urban forestry program, providing arboricultural care for the trees in the city's urban forest, shrubs and flowers, annuals and perennials. So any type of landscaping that you see in any of the parks is what we're taking care of. We design, install, and maintain all of the landscaping on city properties and city parks, cemeteries, municipal properties, some road right-of-ways. We do forestry services, arboriculture on the golf courses. We occasionally do more landscape work for them, but they have some of their own crew as well.
Arboriculture is the study of and the care for trees, individual trees, and that everything from planting trees to growing them on to fertilizing, pest control, pruning, and in the end of their lifespan, we have to take them down as well. Forestry is related to arboriculture, but forestry is more broad. Forestry is the care for large areas of trees or large tracts of trees, such as urban forestry consists of all the trees in our urban environment, whereas arboriculture is a single tree. The primary job of the arboriculture section of our landscape division is public safety. I monitor our urban forest and I inspect our trees after storms in particular, but we try to take a proactive approach and make sure our trees are healthy and therefore strong and able to withstand the urban environment. And we want to keep our trees safe for the public to be around and enjoy their benefits.
Upkeep, planting trees, and regular maintenance on the trees and urban forest is a big part of the work the arboriculture team does.
We try to proactively prune our trees. To grow a strong, large, mature tree, you have to start when the tree is small, and we do proactive pruning to improve the structure of the tree and remove any risks or hazards from that tree, and that will help us grow a large urban forest that has trees that are going to be of benefit to us. In the summer, we have to water the trees that we've planted over the past year. So that, depending on the climate or the weather of that summer, we do a lot more watering some years. If it's a rainy summer where we don't have to water much, we'll do a lot more weed control to try to keep the mowers away from the trees and give the trees the best opportunity to establish and thrive. In the late summer to early fall, we take an inventory of our existing trees in our parks, and we try to order trees that provide a diverse urban forest. And we plant those trees throughout the winter when they're dormant. That's the best time to do a lot of tree work while the leaves are off the trees and they're dormant. It's the least stressful on the trees. In the spring, we do most of our mulching of the trees, and we do mulching for a number of reasons. It's to help regulate the soil temperatures and moisture. It gives the tree's root zone a better environment to grow in, and it keeps the mowers away from the trees, and also helps to make the parks look nice. And we also get a lot of storms in the spring. The bulk of our storms, our spring storms, happen in May to June. So we're always on the lookout for storms, and we often have to go through our parks and clean up any damage that occurs as a result of the storms. In the city, we try to implement a program of IPM, that's Integrated Pest Management. We don't broadly spray trees like has been done in the past. We go out and we monitor our trees for insect and disease activity, and we only treat when necessary. We try to do cultural practices before we treat with any chemicals. That's basically trying to keep the tree healthy so it's more resistant to insect and disease pressures. We try to plant a diverse urban forest, and that helps buffer our urban forest against the impact of insects and diseases. In the past, in the United States, we've had issues with what we call monoculture planting. Cities have overplanted certain species of trees because they were great at resisting urban pressures. But then we realized that if you get an insect that affects that certain tree, it can be very devastating to the entire urban forest, such as Dutch elm disease. So we've learned our lessons from that, and we try to create a very diverse urban forest with many species and many families of trees to resist those impacts from a blight of an insect or disease.
Besides maintaining the landscaping, the Landscape Division and Arboriculture team also have unique projects they work on throughout the year. These projects can range from public events to research.
Well, we do different projects throughout the year. One of the things that we do on a regular basis is we have our own greenhouse program where we grow all of our summer annual crops that you see all around the city and the parks and city buildings. So we run our own greenhouse. We do design and installation of different parks that are being built at various locations, and that's more of a fluid thing. It changes year by year, where we're involved in different projects in that aspect. We're responsible for the maintenance and the operation of the fountain at Fountain Square Park. We're responsible for the holiday lighting at Fountain Square Park that you see for the lighting event downtown.
Bowling Green is a Tree City USA. That's a designation from the National Arbor Day Foundation as a recognition of the care we provide for our urban trees. And part of our requirements is to hold an annual Arbor Day celebration. So we do that every April, and the Bowling Green Tree Board plans for our Arbor Day celebration throughout the year. They start in August or September, and we plan through monthly meetings throughout the year. And we try to make an Arbor Day celebration in April every year, an event that everyone can bring their family out to the park. We try to hand out free tree seedlings so people can take them home and plant them and realize the benefits of trees in their own yard. But we like to make it a celebration where everyone can learn about trees, learn how to properly care for their trees. And that's part of the Tree Board's mission, is to provide that information to the citizens of Bowling Green.
Not only is an urban forest aesthetically pleasing, but it also has a positive impact on mental health.
You know, there's a lot of sociological and psychological studies that talk about the importance of maintaining green spaces in an urban setting for the overall health of the population. People and trees and plants, lead a mostly symbiotic life. We're connected to them, they're connected to us. They provide us probably with more than what we provide them, but we get oxygen, we get food, we get building products and clothing. So these are the benefits of maintaining an urban forest. And there's the aesthetics of having nice, attractive, well-maintained properties. It's a value to tourism and bringing people to Bowling Green. And people having a pleasant experience, while they're visiting the city parks.
The urban forest provides a lot of benefits to our community. Of course, trees are beautiful, but there's a lot of other benefits they provide. They absorb stormwater and pollution, and that reduces the costs on our infrastructure. They also provide other environmental benefits like cleaning our air, cooling our cities, that sort of thing. And a lot of these benefits you can track the financial value of these benefits as well. Every time a tree absorbs a certain amount of pollution or they stop a certain amount of rainwater from going into our sewer system, that's a financial benefit that the city realizes from having those large mature trees in our parks.
For more information on this or any other Spotlight on Bowling Green program, please call 270-393-3000 or visit www.bgky.org.